Hey guys, it's early in the morning, and here's a film I want to share with you. A film that changed my life. Not only changed my life, I think also changed the lives of our crew members, our entire team. The film is an experimental film by Shyamal Bahuguna. He lives in Dehradun. He's a filmmaker and an artist. Okay, so let's just jump right in the film.
हेलो।
राहुल जी बात कर रहे हैं।
हाँ जी।
मैं झाझरा थाने से एसआई पवन नौटियाल बात कर रहा हूँ।
Yeah, so this is the squirrel shot. So the director of the film had already taken a shot of a squirrel, and he wanted to capture that experience in this video, in this frame. How he did it, how you take a shot similar to how he took in the video.
अबे हट जा अंधे, पागल है क्या?
Okay, so this shot was taken thrice, and the we didn't do a lot of practice. We did not take a lot of, we wanted to go with the impulse and instinct. It's a long shot. It's a opening long shot, and while doing this, there are two things. There are two things that are funny in the shot. If you see, there's a dog pooping first in the first when the protagonist comes out. There's a dog pooping on the road, and secondly, the guy who almost hit me with the scooter, he was also the producer, I think, of the film. And I told him, like, come as near as possible, hit me if possibly, I don't know, just to make it look more real. So the entire walk is about this character checking his photographs, deleting most of them. He's scrolling through, he's trying to find something that he wanted to capture, and none of them, are like, except that one squirrel shot. Also, like, in this shot, I was only meant to look at the camera, so I can't see the road or where I am, because he's so drowned in his work. He's so consumed by it that he doesn't care about, where he's going or what he's doing. He's going to his home. He knows how the way is. He's got that intelligence that he cannot, he doesn't have to look around in order to navigate where his home is. But at the same time, consciously, he's so consumed by his work. Subconsciously, he's like, he knows where he's going. But like you saw, he got so lost. This is the representation that almost accident that he had. It's more like it's a point where the director wanted to define how much lost an artist could be, in his work. Yeah, let's continue.
अरे सुन, डंगवाल जी की बेटी की शादी है, उन लोगों को फोटोग्राफर की जरूरत है। मैं सोच रहा था इसे फोटोग्राफी के लिए वहां भेज दूं। जबरदस्ती बीबीए करा के अपने पैसे बर्बाद कर रहा हूँ, कहीं से तो वसूल करूं।
करने दिया करो उसे कभी कभी, उम्र है उसकी, अच्छा लगता है उसको, और अच्छी फोटो खींचता है वो।
अरे तू चुप कर, तूने ही बिगाड़ दिया इसे। मैंने मना किया था इसको कैमरा लेके मत दे, लेकिन तुम लोगों को कुछ समझ ही नहीं आता। देख, ये अपनी नौटंकी बंद कर और अपने एग्जाम की तैयारी कर। अगर बेटा तू इस बार फेल हो गया ना, तुझे और तेरे कैमरे दोनों को उठाकर बाहर फेंक दूंगा।
All right. So my parents that are there in the film are played by the director's father and mother. We were on a low budget, and that's the beauty of minimalistic, films or films that are made with low budget, because we know how much, and we've only a certain capacity to showcase, you know, to do a lot with. But the question is, can we do the most out of it, out of whatever little we have? So, this film's budget was around 1 lakh, and or more. I'm not sure about the numbers, but I would say that, like, minimalistic design film, I learned a lot about lighting. I learned a lot about how the film is actually practically made. Like, I never had a theoretical experience of it. I hadn't written a script before doing this film, but I understood, like, how the actuality of it is, and how it plays out in reality. So in this film, this is the protagonist called Shreyas. My name is Shreyash. The protagonist's name is Shreyas. Um, he comes from a middle class family, and his father wants him to do something in business, something that is more practical. Like, he's doing BBA. His father wants him to do something in relation of management or something like that, a steady income, security, and so on and so forth. But the child is, he's all about his thing. So his mother is kind of supportive, but at the same time, the father, who's the bread earner of the house, has a lot of responsibilities. He understands it, and this is more like a realistic account or realistic showcase of how Indian families function, middle class families. I mean, of course, there'll be exceptions. You'd say, my father doesn't talk to my mother like that, or my mother doesn't talk to my father like that. So, but it's a part of, so far what I've seen in families. The film captures the reality of how it is, like, I think, in Indian families. So now he's walked away from it. He just entered, he was still checking his photographs, and then his father mocks him, and he's kind of rightfully upset with the child, because, I mean, from the point of view of the father, in the sense that the father wants security, and he knows what insecurity might be like in his case. Every middle class person is not always from middle class. He might have come from, so he's scaled up to that level, and he knows, the hardships of that time when he might have faced a financial crisis. So he wants his son to not face that. I think this is also something that is to be understood by children, that whatever their parents, let's say, if they're mad at them or angry at them, and you'd feel like, and even films, they make a monstrous depiction out of our parents, whereas parents are, most, I think, my parents were like, They just wanted me to not face the hardships of the world. They never wanted me to see what it feels like to not have food on the table. I think that was the reason why they wanted me to have a practical career. And I know now what it feels like to have a job and to to have to get paid every month, no matter it's modern slavery, but um reminds me I have to look for a new job. Um yeah, so I don't think if in reality parents are that villainous, how films are depicting them. Maybe they just want their children to be safe and, you know, to be able to feed themselves. So I think, yeah, let's continue. So now he's in his room, he's deleting all the photographs that he clicked recently, and then comes that squirrel photo that he took. And that's the squirrel shot, taken by the director. This is not from. We shot a video, the director took a photo long back. This is one of the main scenes of the film. So you see all these photographs that are there, these are all legendary photographs taken by legends. And right there in the middle, there's this blank photograph. And I guess now he wants to be a part of it. He wants to be a part of that legendary group. He wanted to be one of the greats. I'm the costume designer of this film. Yeah, I should have shaved. That's definitely there. But back then
हेलो
अरे ब्रो
I didn't
मास
like to.
कमिंग आजा
आता हूँ
कलेक्शन चेकआउट हो रहा है
मैं आता हूँ
That's not my voice. That's the director's voice. My voice is not there in the film. The photo walk scene. Now you'll be meeting one of the most, one of the best actors that we had.
What's up, guys?
Good afternoon, sir.
And that's him right there, Navneet
Good
Kairola.
afternoon. क्या चल रहा है?
सर वो लास्ट वीक के फोटो वॉक का कलेक्शन देख रहे हैं.
Okay, that's good.
ये फोटो सर शुभम की हैं.
Good.
थैंक यू सर.
ये किसकी है?
सर ये फोटो श्रेयस की है सर.
कुछ मिसिंग है इसमें. बड़ा chaos सा लग रहा है. नहीं, मजा नहीं आया. Next. What's this? ये क्या है? Look at the colors. No. हटाओ.
Okay, so before we continue, I'd just like to mention that the character is, the main character is from a BBA, batch. And all of these people are mass comm students. Now this is an inside thing that we know, but you might not know as an audience. He's from BBA, and the other kids are all from mass communication, and except his friend Rahul. So at first, when the photos are coming up, he's kind of joking about the first few photos, and then comes the good photos, which are clicked by Shreyash. Now he doesn't know whether I clicked it or somebody else, so he's kind of stunned by it. Like, now he wants to know who clicked it, and the moment the character's name, comes into existence, he takes out all the, he he just criticizes it. He's all negative about it because he wants to, that's what a bad character is. So it's more like the demoralization, or it's like those people who, who bring you down sometimes, and everyone has them in their life. Um, it's about those people who distract you from your goals. It's about people, and not distract you in a good way, but like in a bad way. Like sometimes a good distraction is needed, you know. Um, yeah.
क्या है ये सब यार? बिल्कुल भी नेचुरल नहीं है। बड़ा मैसी लग रहा है सब कुछ, हैं? एंगल्स देखिए इसके। इट्स ऑल रबिश।
सर अच्छी तो लग रही है सर।
देखो बेटा, ये जो फोटो वॉक है ना, ये हम लोग ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं आप लोगों के लिए, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मास कम्युनिकेशन के लिए, इसलिए कि आप लोग कुछ सीखें, ग्रो करें। लेकिन आजकल तो हर टॉम डिक एंड हैरी इज बिकमिंग अ फोटोग्राफर। ये जो हॉबीज है ना, ये आप लोगों को करप्ट कर देंगे। इन लोगों से दूर रहिए आप, इसी में आपका फायदा है। बाकी आपकी मर्जी, आप लोग समझदार हैं।
श्रेयस, श्रेयस, कहाँ जा रही है मेरी रज्जो? आदर को चाय पिलाता हूँ। टेंशन मत लिया कर, चिल रहना सीख। क्यों इतना परेशान?
All right. So again, another thing. So this is one of the cues, one of the ideas that were brought to light when the director wrote the script. He kind of talked about how the character is, and he said he says he doesn't speak, and I said, is he dumb? He can't speak. He's like, no, he doesn't want to speak. He's an apathetic character. He doesn't have. He's not emotionally triggered. Like most people live in an emotionally reactive state. You say something to them, there's something's gonna come back, or there's gonna be like a aggressive reaction, I would say, or like you'd see more and more people are more angry, people are more unstable, people are more complicated, people have issues. But he's more of a character who's got issues, but he just keeps it to himself. He doesn't let the world become a witness of it. Maybe. Let's continue.
रहता तू मेरी औलाद? ना वो तेरी फैकल्टी है, ना उसने तेरे पापा को कर्ज दे रखा। उसका काम सिर्फ और सिर्फ ताने मारने का है। भाई मैंने भी अपनी पढ़ाई यहीं से करी है, मैं भी जानता हूँ कि वो किस तरह का आदमी है। उसका काम बस इतना है कि जो बच्चे उसकी बात नहीं सुनते वो उनको टॉर्चर करता है। और दूसरी बात यह है कि वो अपना को कुछ ज़्यादा स्मार्ट समझता है। उम्र का औकात से ज़्यादा तकाजा है उसे। कोई इशू थोड़ी है यार, इतना मनुष्यों की तरह चेहरा मत बना के रखा कर भाई। चिल रहना है, हैप्पी रहना है, एकदम काम रहने का है ब्रो। एपिक शॉट किसी को जल्दी मिलता है, किसी को लेट मिलता है, यही सीन होता है, और क्या होता है। टेंशन मत लिया कर यार, तुझे मिल जाएगा।
Something really funny about this while we were shooting this, Rahul had like the character who was sitting besides me, his best friend. He had like, he had to light cigarette after the other because he taking multiple shots from different angles. So he by the time we were done with this shot, I think he must have smoked in the span of like 1 to 2 hours. He must have smoked around 10 cigarettes or more, and he was all like crazy and funny and all of that. He's the fun bit in the film.
तेरा काम बस इतना है, पॉजिटिव सोचना। एपिक शॉट मिला सही, नहीं मिला तो जिंदगी नहीं रुकनी चाहिए। डू नॉट गेट वरीड अबाउट एनीथिंग एनीथिंग।
ये लो जी।
ले भाई सोनम के मोमो खा ब्रो, अंकल के हाथ के सोनम के मोमोज। भाई अपने को तो बड़ी भूख लगी है। ओ कहाँ जा रहा वीरान लौंडे? अच्छा पिक्चर नहीं मिला तो जिंदगी नहीं रुकनी चाहिए।
What's this?
ये अपनी नौटंकी बंद
Why
कर।
are you even trying?
Look at the colors.
Wastage. नहीं।
Angles देखिए
You
इसके।
don't have. Are you even trying?
तुझे और तेरे कैमरे दोनों को उठाकर बाहर फेंकूंगा।
क्या कर रहे हो? You don't have.
क्या?
क्या पिक्चर होती?
It's all rubbish.
एक बार फेल हो गया ना।
और तुझे नहीं मिलेगा picture.
तू आज सुबह सुबह कहाँ जा रहा है? कुछ खाया तूने?
Okay, so the beauty about this shot, this montage that we have, none of these people know that, that there's a shoot going on, because we were trying to do it guerrilla way, guerrilla shoot, that's what we call it. When we're hiding and shooting, we're not, so that everything is as realistic as possible and normal as it is. So the thump on the back, and that was all real. The people, he asked me, the kid asked me to click a photo of that guy, and I clicked it, and he was like, "Can you please show it? Can you please show it?" It was pretty fun. Yeah, it was crazy. This is one of my shots. This is one of my favorite shots. And yes, I almost got hit by a car and a truck while we were shooting this, and it was fun. So I told the DOP, I was like, "Can you get that? Can you get it? Like, I'm in the middle of somewhere, and a car comes rushing or something like that. If something happens, I was like, don't stop." This is an abandoned temple in Dehradun. It's near Ghanta clock tower. Yeah. That's one of the cinematographers of the film, Arjun. Okay, so both of these scenes are like the people did not know that this was being filmed. So while I was running through the gallery, there were so many people. It's called a Tibetan market, I think. And there were so many people who were on the way. I almost fell down, and it was crazy, man. It was so crazy. Like it was like playing Counter Strike, or just like a soldier. That was the thought that I had. It's like I'm a soldier, and I have to hit the enemy. And so I've got to go and click and shoot, and that was the cue that I had in my head. Um, and I think it was one of the assistant directors, Shambhavi. I'm not sure what her name was, but I think it was she came up with this idea of shooting that shot. She told it to the director, and then the director informed me, and there's a clip also about that. They were like, is this guy crazy? What is he doing? Like, who clicks a picture while they're eating a pineapple? But the thing was about this character is like he's so much in the game now. Like he's obsessed with it. It's like an obsession for him to just get something out of. And I think it does it more. The more it may seem distant to you, this sort of world of the character, where he's so passionate and engrossed and obsessed about that one thing that he sacrifices everything else. Um, I would say it's a very relatable thing with me. The character's life, like you become so engrossed in the art that the artist becomes the art. Like you're so much in it that you become what you wanted to be. Like you become what you make. Like you leave an impression on something. Like it's like David Fincher's movies. When he makes movies, it's a David Fincher film when you watch it. It's a Christopher Nolan film when no matter if even if there are no credits, you'd be able to tell that these films are directed by these guys because they leave an impression. Like it's a beautiful thing. I mean, think about it. You're just not even seeing them. You never see Christopher Nolan in his films, and yet you can say this is a Christopher Nolan film. It's crazy. Yeah. Also, the pineapple eating song, pineapple eating shot. While we were doing the shot, that was the first time the crew clapped for me. So yeah, I got claps for this shot. It was emotional, I think. Yeah, like he was scavenging for food.
9. Bad shot. Bad shot. Delete. 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 इतने सारे अटेम्प्ट नहीं नहीं नॉट इवन क्लोज प्रोफेसर सही कह रहा था chaotic ये है शॉट छोड़ बेकार है डिलीट कर सच अ टाइम वेस्ट हटा दे इसे यू आर नॉट इवन ट्राइंग डिलीट 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 फेंक दे
that shot about the crying shot, that's not my crying voice, by the way. That's the director's voice. We did that shot for months, actually. I'm not even joking. Like, we shot it once. The first time, there was a lot of blunder because I couldn't cry. It was 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. We were shooting it, and I hadn't slept the entire night. And I was famished. I didn't have food or something like that. I was dehydrated. I felt like it, and I felt like crying. To pull off a crying scene is going to be a pain in the ass because I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've never done it before. So me and the director, we were fighting it out, and then I couldn't. I was telling the director, just slap me. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, okay, do something that would make me cry. And then he was like, okay, pack up. And they were all leaving, and I kind of forced myself to cry, and I did cry. And then yeah, we shot that scene. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that's this is the scene in which I'm like crying. Because then there was another shot which was taken after 1 or 2 months at the same place, and then I got onions with myself. I was like, who's gonna do it again? I'm not gonna cry again. I felt like that, but I was like, yeah, but I guess it worked out. And also, I just want to. This is the life which is being. This is happening like. The entire life that you see of his, it's happening in the film's timeline. He's living in like this. All is happening. Whatever's going to happen is happening in like 5-6 months. Okay, but the message with the beauty of short film is to encapsulate the essence of what you want to say. So what we want to say, just like the artist's life that he lives throughout the years, captured in just like a couple of months in a around 21-minute film. Now he sees something on the bridge. He can't stop but just try one more time,
हेलो।
हेलो, राहुल जी बात कर रहे हैं?
हाँ जी।
मैं झाझरा थाने से एसआई पवन नौटियाल बात कर रहा हूँ।
जी बोलिए।
हमें दूंगा पुल के ऊपर कुछ सामान और एक फोन मिला है। आपको आज शाम 5:47 पे किसी का कॉल आया था?
मैं आपको चेक करके बताता हूँ सर। हेलो।
किस नाम से आया था?
श्रेयस।
श्रेयस, अच्छा।
सर वो मेरा दोस्त है।
क्या आप दूंगा पुल आ सकते हैं?
जी सर, आपने बुलाया था?
अच्छा राहुल।
जी सर।
वो आपने अपने फ्रेंड का क्या नाम बताया था?
सर श्रेयस।
श्रेयस, कैसा फ्रेंड है आपका?
सर वो मेरा कॉलेज फ्रेंड है सर, मैं उसका सीनियर हूँ और वो मेरा जूनियर है।
जब आखिरी बार उससे बात हुई थी तो उसने कुछ कहा, आपको कुछ बताया था क्या?
सर ऐसा कुछ खास तो नहीं उसने बोला, लेकिन बस ये था कि वो थोड़ा खुश था और उसने मुझे फ़ोन पे बोला कि राहुल भाई मिल गया फाइनली, और शायद वो जल्दी में था इसलिए उसने फ़ोन काट दिया।
आपको हमारे साथ कोतवाली चलना पड़ेगा।
सर कुछ हुआ है क्या सर?
इन्होंने हमें बताया कि इन्होंने किसी को पूल से कूदते देखा है। आपसे पता चला कि वो आपका दोस्त श्रेयस हो सकता है। ये मुझे सुसाइड का केस लग रहा है।
सुसाइड का केस है?
हाँ धीमान जी, कैमरा और वो रखा है, वो रस्सी जो है, इसको इसमें डालिए, गाड़ी में डालिए और ले चलिए। ठीक है, आप भी हमारे साथ कोतवाली चलिए।
ओके ओके।
सर मैं एक बार कैमरा देख सकता हूँ सर?
नहीं, ये तो अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया जाएगा।
सर प्लीज सर, एक बार मुझे एक बार देखना है सर, एक बार सर।
ये हम ऐसे दे नहीं सकते, ये अभी पूरा रिकॉर्ड रूम में जाएगा, पूरी चेकिंग होगी, उसके बाद ही हो सकता है।
सर एक बार आप मुझे मौका दें सर, मुझे एक फोटो देखनी है सर, एक फोटो।
धीमान जी दिखाइएगा, कैमरा दिखाइएगा। ये खुलता कहाँ से?
हाँ ठीक है, ठीक है साहब। वो हमारी टीम ने यहाँ नदी का इलाका तो छान लिया, पर बॉडी नहीं मिली।
धीमान जी इसे अंदर रख लो, इसे पैक करके अंदर ले आओ। आप हमारे साथ चलिए।
यस बेटे।
मिल गया।
किसी के जाने का गम भुला देना फिर भी आसान है, मगर उनका असर भुला पाना बहुत मुश्किल। श्रेयस की मौत की वजह ना लोग समझ सके, ना मैं समझा सका। बस इतना सा सच है इस दुनिया का, यहाँ ख्वाब के लिए मर जाना भी ख्वाब लगता है।
All right, so yeah, so that was the film called Epic Shot. I think you know I don't know. I feel like I think I've at least done a better. We all have at least done a better job than at any field. I would say in terms of cinematography, direction, writing, um, the truth of the story. I think we're doing a better job than what we're seeing on in the trend or the films that are being supported or so on and so forth. I don't know why it's the sad part is why don't these kind of films, like, I mean, we need employ. I mean, this if we could pull this off, and I know there are other people as well. Nothing. I mean, Bollywood, I'm kind of starting to hate it. I mean, I'm going more into independent cinema, and like that is much more beautiful, independent work, when you're not. I mean, these films, they're so honest and real, I think. I mean, I've got two scripts right now with me, but I dare not, you know, try to make it like a big budget film. I think we need to, yeah. I think, yeah, the point of all of this was, I think, to support independent films, films that could leave behind a mark, educate you in some ways or the other, teach you something, you know, that these films leave behind a mark, I think. They have an essence with them, of honesty and truthfulness. They're not done for commercialization. This goes against commercialization of art because I don't think we made any money out of this film. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess you'll appreciate our work. I don't know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.